Hello, sir. Vinayak Bhatt, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. I'm Vinayak Bhatt.
Yeah. Uh, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, clearly.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome you all for the afternoon session. The afternoon session, we have amidst us Mr. Vinayak Bhatt. I'd like to give a brief introduction about the speaker. Mr. Vinayak Bhatt has a total of 28 years of experience in industries. He is a postgraduate from IIT Kharagpur, and he has extensive experience hands-on experience on implementation of various products from India. He is currently working as principal architect at Unizan Technologies Private Limited, Bangalore. So he is working on development of industrial controllers, glass and plastic molding and similar things, and data logging systems, automating systems, surveillance systems. And he has also developed TCP UDP processing, that is ultra fast processing, high definition quality video processing algorithms, including 3D, NR, and DRC in FPGA. He has previously worked at Tejas Networks, Bengaluru, for the development of carrier Ethernet products, and he was the architect for the development of FPGA-based IP for flexible carrier Ethernet solutions. So he is basically interested in learning Indian scriptures and Indian history and visiting places of historic grandeur. And he has a decent collection of old and new coins. So with that, I extend a warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So now I'll hand over the platform to you, so you can just take over, sir.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, so I think in the presentation for all the students, please consider me like you. I think you can ask question anytime, no issues. And whatever I know, I will tell, and whatever is not understood by me, let us understand from the people or from the Google. Okay. So I think what is the type of students are there, like mechanical, electronics, computers, or it is
Sir, actually,
yeah.
it's basically we have a combination of faculty, students, and industry people, but overwhelming majority is faculty from
Yeah.
engineering background. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So I think let us start. Let me put the file into the system. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So give me a second.
Okay. Record.
Okay. So are you able to see the screen?
Not yet, sir. I think you have shared, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So no, we can't see anything as of now.
1 second. 1 second. I'll put it again then.
Continue. Okay, start ಮಾಡಿ.
Okay, so
Yeah, now we are able to see, sir.
okay, perfect. Okay, yeah. Three directly. So I think already I'm like the you know that I'm working for Unison Technologies. Give back his records and then what he has taken and few other things. Okay, so that can be tracked easily, and symptoms and issues can be tracked easily. The third one is the proper disinfections, cleanliness of the hospitals. I think you guys might have heard of for corona and few other things. So how to handle this cleaning the hospitals, or even at home, how to clean up the place where the patient is there, like especially the old age patients and things like that. It's called the stock management. Stock management in the sense the supply and the surgical kits, medicines, and other things. And next is the in-home medicine, remote patient monitoring systems, like there may be cameras and few other things. Helps patients suffering from serious diseases to avoid visiting the doctors frequently. Okay, because there are some cases it is better not to visit to the hospital because they may get attacked by the different newer virus and things like that. And one more is the on the body, the biosensors. And next is the very important, I think, the people with money, the health insurance companies, they want better transparency. They want to know whether doctor has given a which is not required. So things they keep asking. I think they want something which is transparent, so that that also should be in either through video conferencing or through only the systems and slow data. So these are all the things that are required in coming under IoMT. So network, so that one doctor should be able to see, yes, this guy has walked that much, or he has done this much of exercise as I requested, and things like that. And medicine tracking, this was a big thing. As you know, I worked in Tejas Networks, got several patents too, and things like that. So at that time, making a faster and faster network was the bigger thing, because there is a lot of money involved. Like this year we release a network of 10 gigabit switch. Next year it will be gigabit, then increase. So I have worked from 10 base to Ethernet network to 100 gig Ethernet networks, hands-on. Okay, so that tells like the increasing the network speed was a big thing. But now I think things have changed. Things have changed towards AI, IoT, IoMT, and sensors and such things, where the speeds are much slower, more security and other things involved. So this IoMT is one of the very big opportunity students, entrepreneurs, and others. Okay, so yeah, I think we'll just visit a couple of devices announced recently. As everyone knows, iPhone and iWatch are always big. A fan of Steve Jobs, so that is why I keep tracking this. That is why I put it in this slide too. iWatch 6 series was released recently, and it has got ECG monitoring, and supposedly the most accurate single probe ECG it can generate. Just put your finger on that rotary dial, and it will for 15 seconds, and it will generate a pretty decent ECG report. Okay, but then problem is people should not start reading it. A doctor should read it. So that's the second part. That is why I think in India it is not yet approved. In Europe it is approved, in Europe it is approved, but not in India. The next one is the blood oxygen monitoring. I think this one very, very, very important thing. I think bunch of Chinese things, whether we put your finger or not, it will say 75%. Okay, so to talk about it, but Apple means Apple. It has to be good. Third one is the pulse and heart rate monitoring. A very, very important thing. Somebody is doing exercise, somebody is doing running, etc. Their heartbeat should not cross certain limits. Okay, and if it crosses, they should stop doing the exercise. So it is very useful for that. And then the next one is sleep pattern monitoring. I think please try it. I have tried it. I'm not very happy with the report it generates. Okay, so maybe. So then next one is the exercise and exercise goals, like put 10,000 steps per day and so many calories and few others. Okay, so overall, this itself is a big health package in one watch, probably about 25,000-30,000 rupees. It comes with so many things, and several doctors in US are telling that if you are having a iWatch on your hand and get the report, people can predict heart attack 6 months in advance. Okay, so that itself says what all the things are there. Then there's one more watch. It's called Withing Scan watch. It's from a European company. It is giving ECG, heart rate, oximeter, breathing irregularities during sleep, other things. So I think similarly there are some brain sensing headbands by a company called Muse. I haven't read much about it, but during if you do dhyana and yoga and all that things, and it says whether your focus is good and bad and all that things. It seems so. I think a lot more technologies coming for Indian old technology to becoming modernized and things like that. Okay, so just I think this the next one, the type of landscape in the IoMT. This is for the people who are looking for opportunities. See, all big companies are there. It is actually monopolized also. There's one thing, because if we are getting into some very complex healthcare system, getting regulatory approval is a most complex thing, and it takes years together, and money is being spent but no result. So that also should be kept in mind. Companies like GE Healthcare, then Philips, Medtronic, Cisco Systems for the networking and other things, IBM Corporation, of course, they are there in everything, Siemens AG, and so many, Johnson and Johnson, they are all into this IoMT market. That means it is billions of dollars of investment is there in this. And I have put the second one, our own Indian company TCS, along with the SAP Labs, has built a inventory management system for surgical kits and other things called IFIM. I think people should go and take a look at it in their website. Okay, then recently Tesla has announced some big guys like Philips. Okay, so hello.
Yeah, I request participants to kindly mute. Dr. Girish, you just mute. Sir, please carry on, sir.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Any questions so far?
We have asked the participants to post their questions in the chat box, sir. So
okay, yeah. Because if it is too boring or something, let us change a bit. So that's right. Okay, yeah, because I think post-lunch sessions are normally a little bit
correct.
That's fine. Okay, so yeah, I think let us go to the some more of the details. Okay, so I think because you had several sessions on the IoT, so I will not get into the too much details on the sensors, but little bit to touch base upon the type of sensors. Okay, this is only one market. As we said, there's a handheld devices, there are sensors, and there are there are 3-4 types of things. Out of that, this is one market. Disposable health sensors. Disposable means normally use and then throw. Okay, very important thing is this one creates a lot of plastic, so people should be very careful about in the designing, so that it is a biodegradable things and other things. Okay, so disposable health sensors are typically used for diagnostic, patient monitoring, and few others. And the second one is the ingestible sensors. You can see one small picture on the side. It's a small pill cap. You just insert into your mouth and you eat it. It will take photograph of your intestine and stomach and few others. And doctor can diagnose and etc. Okay, so then the third one is the connected health sensors. They are the e-health sensors, can be further characterized to wearables and smart clothing. Wearable, again, it is a it's a watch or a ring or a glass something. But smart clothing is very important one which is coming up. Somebody came out with a yoga pant. Yoga pant is not a normal pant. It is having sensors, and it tells by monitoring the vibrations of the leg whether the person is doing yoga correctly or not. Somebody is doing a shirshasana, you can call it. And many people will not be doing things right and they end up in trouble. So these pants will monitor their leg vibration and then say whether this guy is doing yoga poses correctly or not. Okay, so that sort of things are also in the offering. Okay, so So to put it, basically these are all making life easier. They count and then say whether you have walked 5,000 steps or not and things like that. So that is the idea. And also, like, these postures and even pranayama, as somebody said, like if the pranayama is not done correctly, very soon they will start developing newer problems in the breathing. Okay, so there will be sensors and equipment to check whether pranayama is done correctly or not. Okay, I think already there are some apps are there, but that sort of thing. Okay, so yeah, these are all the IoMT sensors. There are more coming up, but I want medicine for this. Okay, so what I want is you should everywhere. That's all. And your stomach pain is resolved within 3 months. He went off. And King suddenly ordered everybody, every road, every building should be painted green, and everybody, including the queen, should only wear green saris. All kinds of things happened everywhere, green, green, green. So after about 6 or 8 months, that saint came back, and he sees, the whole capital town is painted green, everywhere green only, no other thing. So he was feeling little, what sort of thing I have done by very expensive or too complex to use, and or harmful to the usage sort of thing will happen. Avoid that, how some people have developed good products. The first one is the Embrace Activity Tracker. It is for the epilepsy management, it seems. I'm telling you, it's a very nice product. Please take a look at it. Second one is the Motive Ring. It's like a ring. It is there on the side. I have put a photograph here. You can see it. You just wear it on your finger, and then it gives activity, heart rate, sleep monitoring, and few other things. Okay. The next one is called as a Vital Patch. Vital Patch. You can see the second picture, the one put in the hand. Okay. You put it on your chest somewhere, and it gives 8 measurements, including ECG sensor, ECG sensing and other things. And it is having MEMS accelerometer to find out the motion and other things. It has got thermistors to find out the temperature, and just about 13 grams, has 168 hours of zinc air battery, and it can identify fall detection also. If somebody is wearing it and they just fall off, it will detect it and then inform through the Bluetooth network to the concerned people. And it is certain voltages. It seems I'm not good in this, but just found out this product seems to be very good. Then next one is Google Smart Contact Lenses. It basically the tears doubtful. Put this band, and then it will alert the concerned people if that person crosses over by so many feet or so many meters from that location. Means he better be limited to a room or something like that. And the third one is called as proximity alarming band. The last two, you can go into our website and then see there are a lot of details are there. Please look at it because it is a made in India product, so we have to be a little bit proud about it. I'm only talking about the thermal band because it is being developed with another customer. So only a little bit information I can share here, not everything. Okay, so the first thing is body temperature monitoring is better done on the body than on the hand, because there are a lot of watches are available which will monitor the temperature, but hand, though it is connected to the body, but it is not a place to check the temperature. The real temperature changes and all that things happen within the body, either on the chest or the side of it, or the this thing, like head. So this particular band is targeted. So you can see a picture here. It's like a band-aid sort of thing, in which in the central the electronics portion is attached. Okay, so then overall there's a the whole thing is about 2.2 millimeter thick, only 2.2 millimeter thick, 10 millimeter wide, and 30 mm long. A small PCB, a flexible material. Okay, so just to tell you the complexity, 2.2 millimeter thick includes the PCB, its components, the band and gel material which is put on both sides, and the battery. Okay, out of that, battery is 0.8 millimeter thick, PCB is 0.2, so that itself is 1 millimeter. So we are having 1.2 mm to put all the components in the thing. So the component selection should happen in such a way that every component which you have selected should be less taller than that. See, to add to that, there is one more complexity. See, we are in this particular design, we have used dialog semiconductors DA14531 microcontroller. I'm coming to that a little bit more detail. So this microcontroller and a Bluetooth communication to the system. So that's it. And also there is a flash. So all of them are little taller than the temperature sensor which we have used, that is TMP116 from Texas Instrument. Okay, so that means these components should on the one side of the PCB and the TMP116 should be on the other side, or mechanically speaking, that is how we have done that. That is, you cover it and then put a small gel pad under the thermal pad underneath this TMP116 so that the TMP116 stretches the body properly when the band is put. Okay, so these sort of complexities are involved in the final design, where how good or how nicely the thermal sensor is attaching to your body. That is the first one. The second one is the other IC chips which are sharp edged or something like that should not be coming and touching the body to hurt it. That is the second one. Okay. Then third, the temperature, the system should not heat up too much. By consuming more power, it should not heat too much, so that that itself is more hotter than the body itself. That should not happen. So that the chip selection should happen in such a way that it consumes least power. The fourth one is the battery. The battery is only 0.8 mm thick and it is only 30 milliampere hour capacity. And the customer wanted 30 days. I think we achieved about 28 days of life. Okay, so that means I think you can calculate the type of current it should when it is on and off and other things. So in this particular implementation, we have made every once in 15 minutes. It can be configured, but once in 15 minutes, it will check the temperature and then transmits over Bluetooth and then goes to sleep. Okay, during sleep, it only consumes a couple of nanoamperes of power. And once it is on, it comes to milliamperes, but only for a very short period, and then again goes to sleep. So that sort of thing. The cost is just about rupees 150 in 1,000 plus quantity. You can see the battery, one of the sample battery I'm shown, and the PCB is already made. We have tested it, and like most of it is complete. I put it next to a 5 rupee coin so that people can see it. Just for curiosity's sake, on the side there is an edge connector is there for the PCB. That is for the programming update of the microprocessor. If you want to update the program, you just put it into a connector and update the program, and it is ready to go. And the PCB is shown here. And the tallest part in this was the Bluetooth antenna. So instead, we etched it on the PCB. You see one small, this is the one side. That is the antenna of Bluetooth. Okay, so works for about 10 meters right now, I think. Easy to use or not uncomfortable design by the mechanical designers, so that people can use it without much of the problems. Problems for mechanical engineers have increased because of newer plastic technologies, newer materials, newer alloys and all that things. If somebody looks at this iWatch and other things, the type of material they use, I think one knows how complex or things like that. I think the Apple's mechanical engineer called Johnny Ive, I think he became a senior vice president, and I think he had a huge fan following too because of his designs of iPhones and iWatches, right? So there's a huge opportunity for the mechanical designers or the product designers, I would say, because all the electronics goes inside. Okay, how they look and feel and all that things. Okay, so that is a very important thing. And then second portion is a very reliable but low cost design, a huge challenge for the engineers. And low cost design means maybe India is also there in the map in the world. And very easy to use apps, because most of the cases the apps are the ones which are not user friendly and nobody likes to use the system. So easy to use apps. Think about everybody, think about a common person, think about an old man, think about a doctor, think about a nurse, think about everybody put together. The app should be very easy to use and the report should be crisp and simple and should not be confusing and creating somebody checks this BP and it says your blood pressure has reached 180 or 150 sort of thing, so he gets another heart attack because of that. The middle people can see a little bit more detail. The doctor should be able to see all the details. That sort of graded access system should be developed. Next is the security issues with IoT. I think not to say too many things because lot of problems, lot of issues are there. So to be corrected. So is this fake and cheap imitating products like it? I think there are a lot of similar looking products come which are very very low cost, like 300, 400, 500 rupees, and they are not even checked for the harmful radiations and other things. And then think about, if you are wearing some 4 or 5 of them, how much radiation it creates, especially for smaller kids or etc. I think that itself is sufficient to create newer problems, newer issues. And also the type of batteries they use, poisonous materials, maybe plastic is not that of good quality. Okay, so I think that is another major problem. The people will go with the lower cost product while not the R&D and research and development done over the years. So I think this should be corrected. Only government can handle this properly, because people mindset cannot. But yeah, it should be corrected. And the last one is multiple years of trials needed to qualify the equipment. So there should be some deep pocket die should be there to help them. Okay, so then what is the time now? Okay, 3 o'clock. So yeah, I think the next slide is about our company. So I think I'll not explain that. So yeah, I think to summarize it, IoMT is a huge opportunity for everybody to try their smartness, their intelligence, and other things, so that hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sensors and these medical devices. How about the safety of these devices?
Can you repeat it? I missed it in the middle.
Yeah. So, how about the safety of these devices? Basically, can it be manipulated by some external person?
Yeah, definitely. See, this is the biggest issue right now being faced in the IoT world. Okay, because anybody can use, because the problem in this IoT is they are low power, first thing. Okay, and because of their battery backed normally. So because it is battery backed, the size of the battery to reduce, etc., the number of milliampere hours is very small. To make sure the code size is also very small, and because of that, they are not able to use a very complex security algorithms. So they are easily hackable. So people can manipulate things, and that's why I told you. You might have seen some WhatsApp videos floating around. I myself also have verified. That oximeters coming from China, the ones which is oxygen, right? Mm-hmm. You put pencil, they give you some 75-80% oxygen. Right? So yeah. This sort of thing. This sort of there, and one has to come out with a plan to secure it. Yeah, that is one of the areas of area to focus in the near future.
And one more thing, sir, is basically whenever a product is developed, especially for the medical applications, the kind of regulations, approval the body, and these there will be regulating bodies which needs to approve, right, for these products. So are these regulating bodies geared up to these kind of new technologies, especially when it comes to a country like India?
Actually, throughout the world, it is similar, it seems. Okay, except countries like China maybe. The thing is, the regulatory bodies are there, but they are too slow, number one. And second is, normally they are driven by this big, deep-pocketed guys. Okay, so things have to change. Some regulatory changes should come. I think to be frank, if you look at the regulatory requirements,